Elon Musk is suing Sam Altman? Well, actually, more accurately, I believe Tesla, or maybe Elon Musk himself, is suing OpenAI. So, one of the big stories that broke last week was that Elon Musk was suing OpenAI because it had wavered from its original vision. Now, one of its original visions, or the original vision of OpenAI, was to build OpenAI engines, AI engines, that were being used for the betterment of humanity. Not for personal gain or personal profit, but for the betterment of humanity. The idea was to build an open AI, an AI that anybody could take and use and do whatever they want with. And if you listen to my Tuesday show where I talked about personal AIs and the desperate need for personal AIs, this is something that OpenAI should have been able to provide. So what should they should have been able to do is build a set of tools, and AI tools, and open source tools, open source everything that they have, so that developers and startup founders can come along and look at the tools, use the tools, and use those tools so that they can develop things like personal AIs to help benefit humanity outside of the profitability of something like OpenAI. Because OpenAI is pretty much a for-profit mechanism right now. And it's also doing all sorts of things with guardrailing, which are completely ridiculous. And I've talked about guardrailing before, but I can talk about it a little bit now. What we need is AI that's completely open. What we need is the AI that's not stuck in a box, that's not forced to stay between this guardrail and that guardrail. It's kind of like bowling, right? Do you bowl with the rails up, or do you bowl with the rails down? Because when you have rails up with AI, it stays in the lane. And when it stays in the lane, it cannot innovate. You cannot innovate disruptively when you stay in the lane. You need to step out of the lane. You need to do something new, something different, something out of the box, something beyond what's already there. And if you force the AI to stay in a lane, then all of the big issues of humanity will likely not be solved because we're just doing the same thing that we're doing before. This is the thing with AI. AI is people. And if you force AI to stay in its lane, then you're not going to get the most out of it. When there's so many problems in the world that we need to solve, we're purposely hobbling AI. We're purposely not allowing people to use AI to truly better humanity. This is what drives me crazy. It drives me crazy that a lot of the problems that we're trying to solve today are problems that we created ourselves. It's almost like we create problems so that we can solve them. We create a problem that didn't exist anymore. Say something like smartphone addiction. We create a problem that didn't exist anymore, and now we have to try and solve this problem that we created when we have so many other. Humanity is rife with problems. We have so much high-hanging fruit out there that we could be working on, but we choose to create other problems and then solve those problems because they're easier to solve. That's not what we should be doing, folks. What we should be doing is creating tools, and not everybody has the answers. This is the other thing that people need to understand, is that one monolithic entity or company does not have all the answers. The answers are all out there in the world. They're all out there. There's human beings out there in the world who want to solve for these problems. And they just do not have the tools to be able to solve for these problems. And if OpenAI was truly open, they would be able to get the tools or have access to the tools so that they can solve this problem, so they can build personal AIs, so they can build AIs that are tuned to solve specific issues plaguing humanity. Because if you ask me, I mean, that's what startup founders are supposed to do, right? They're supposed to have a big vision. They're not supposed to just be thinking about the cash. I mean, dent the universe first, as Steve Jobs said. Don't just look at making a lot of money off your startup. That should be an ancillary benefit. Solving the big human problems, that's the real reason why we do this. That's the real reason why we take these risks. We take these risks to improve humanity, for the betterment of humanity, not just to pad our bank accounts. And that's what's wrong, and that's probably what's happening in this suit. Is that, hey, Musk is a rich guy. I'm sure he doesn't care. But the point is that he's fighting on Team Humanity to help use AI to improve humanity. And that's what we all need to use AI for. AI is there. It's a tool. And it can be used to destroy humanity, or it can be used to improve humanity. And if you open it up and let everybody have access to it and everybody can use it, then we can all do something. And we have to believe in the goodness of the human race, right? We have to believe that humanity is generally good. Because if you believe that humanity is generally bad, then we're all doomed. We're all doomed. But these tools need to be available to anyone, anywhere. And these tools need to be available so that they can build the solutions that we so desperately need. That's it for me for today. See you next time, and until then, don't forget to think future.